as you know it. So I've been getting some messages and DMs about, people wanting to know me personally, which I'm not a fan of, but I love the fans. So I guess I can tell y'all a little bit. So I'm gonna go to the first question, and it's the most asked question that everybody wants to know: how did I start dancing? Well, before I started dancing, I actually started modeling, but it was only for a short period of time. And based off the type of pictures I was getting, it was kind of explicit, but not to like, it wasn't OD, if you know what I mean. Like, it wasn't too much, it was just enough to attract different crowds, if that makes sense. But long story short, I posted a picture with the OK emoji. The OK emoji, I said I'm this close to becoming a stripper because I was tired of my bills. And the promoter, his name on Instagram is Jay Promotes You. He hit me up and he said, I've been waiting for you to say something about dancing because you got the look. And I was like, I didn't know there was a specific look, but that's how I started dancing. I ended up doing the tryout in front of female dancers, and boom, H2O was born. Alright, second question. What's the first thing you notice about someone? Well, if we talking about women, the first thing that I always notice is hair. If your hair is not up to par, I find that like completely unattractive. It's your image. Your image is not everything, but it gives people the idea of what they see in you. Like they're gonna see if you're clean, if you're well kept. So I always look at the hair. This is something my mother taught me. If she doesn't have her hair done, then she won't have the house clean. Third question. What's the weirdest habit you had as a child? I used to bite my toenails. If that counts, my mom used to always yell at me, and my sister used to always get mad at me because I just lift my foot up and bite my toenails right up. Like I was nervous. It was something that happened when I was nervous. I don't need nobody to judge me off what I used to do as a child. Fourth question. Where are you from? Okay, so I was born in Washington, D.C., District of Columbia. In Howard University Hospital. HU represent HBCUs. But I spent a lot of my time in Maryland, in New York, and in Jamaica. When it comes to who I represent the most, I'm always gonna represent my hometown, but I grew up in a Caribbean household, so Jamaica is always my first thing to represent. I'm an islander, a yardie, whatever y'all want to call it, but Jamaica is my home and what I represent. It's what my family represents, and it's what I'm gonna go for. But I currently live in Los Angeles. Next question. What do you plan on doing after dancing? So, I came to LA with no intention of being a dancer. I actually came to LA to pursue acting. I love to act, I love to entertain. That's why I became a dancer. It's like if I'm unable to do one thing, as long as I'm able to entertain and bring, different emotions and feelings, but there's more to exotic dancing besides the, being sexual. Like our outfits are different. Each person has a different way of dancing. They choose different music. Our style's different. It's a lot that goes with it. It's way more than just sexual. So I don't mind entertaining that, but I did come out here to pursue acting, and that's still my goal. I also like to do screenwriting. I write my own scripts, Um, yeah, that's my plan after dancing. Next question though, because I gotta get too deep on that question. I don't want to get that deep. What drives and motivates you to get out of bed in the morning? Well, I have a lot of things that drive me based on myself, because I believe that the only thing that can stop you is you. So the only thing that can push you is you. We can add on different things and people to say this is my motivation, but nah, they're just a piece of the puzzle. You have to make it for you first before you want to make it for somebody else, because the world is based on your happiness. Your world is based on your happiness. If you are not happy, you cannot make other people happy. And I am my own motivation. My second line in my motivation is my mom and my non-biological daughter. Those two are my two queens that push me daily, and they always make sure I'm on my P's and Q's. And I do this so I don't disappoint them. I don't want to disappoint them. They're my favorite people. Is it hard finding a woman to be with you because of your dancing? Yeah, to be honest, throughout my years of dating, I have came into contact with multiple women who would enjoy, the benefits and the perks of having a dancer around, but they don't like the attention that comes with it. And I don't blame anybody. Honestly, I don't blame anybody, because to be honest, to be a dancer, you have to have tough skin. So to be with the dancer, it's only natural that you have to have tough skin as well, because it's going to be a lot of things that you see. It's going to be a lot of things that I do that you don't really like. Well, for one, I'm going to be dancing in front of women, and I'm going to be nude. So it's hard to find a woman that actually can handle those things. But so far, it's kind of going good. Who is your inspiration for acting? So, I have two inspirations when it comes to acting. One is a well-known actor, Will Smith. He is absolutely amazing, and everything he says is just so powerful beyond acting. I can't really put too many words on it, but I can say that I've recently watched a clip of him trying to explain the levels and limits of acting. And if you want to be an actor, if you want to be a great person, you have to be able to break out of that shell. And a lot of us, I look at that as a daily reminder and a daily lesson. A lot of us, we take too much of what other people believe and think of us and say to us, and it blocks us daily. And if you want to be somewhere and progress in life, you cannot let these things limit you. We have limits in the world, and then you might meet somebody at a certain level, but they cannot surpass that limit. And what they do is they say things to you and do things that hold you down at their level, so you cannot progress, and it ends up limiting you. And I don't want to do that to myself. Besides Will Smith, I would have to say Sterling K. Brown. Sterling K. Brown is one of my inspirations based off the time that I met him in person. I've honestly probably only seen one thing that he's been in. It was a movie. Pretty simple movie, but when I met Sterling K. Brown, he had this demeanor, a pretty much the demeanor that said, "Yo, dog, don't mess with me." And best believe, I did not mess with him. Like, I didn't speak. But the moment that it was time for him to work, it's like as soon as he smiled, the entire room, the emotion just shifted. Everybody was happy. They were smiling. They were working with him, and he had so many ideas that could help the project become better. And it's like when he came alive, everybody around him just gravitated towards him, and it gave me a feeling like, man, this man loves his job. And he spoke about his family and how he's so excited he was having another child, and it was amazing. It was a great time, and out of my entire life, that was one moment in my life where I knew that what I wanted to do was certain. No ands, if, or buts. It was just like, this man is clearly telling me that this job is worth the struggle and the time, and it was a push for me. But all right, I got a few more questions for y'all. Have you always been so confident? How'd you get there? No, I have not always been this confident. I actually used to get bullied a lot. I got picked on as a child. I was shaped like a 2x4 tin can. I had no neck. I was stubble. It was I had a big head. I didn't have hair, so they made fun of my hair. They made fun of my nose. Luckily, I grew into it. They made fun of my lips. I was rubber lips as a child. It was something, and I didn't always have this body. I ended up getting it naturally, but I was it was something. It took me a while. It took me a couple events to gain my confidence, but in the end, all the BS I went through was worth the confidence I gained. I can tell you that, and I'm proud of it. I never used to smile. Now I can't stop. Alright, my last question. What is my long-term goal? A lot of people think that acting is a long-term goal for me, those that know me, but it's actually not. When I was younger, I was a troubled kid, and going down the line as I further and I gain a better platform, and I'm better financially, I want to be able to open up a 24-hour rec center. A 24-hour rec center will be available at all hours if you want to, play video games, play basketball, but it's going to help. I think it can help kids that are lost and that need to be off the street. It can help them get off the street. It's going to have, I pray that it has security, to make sure everybody's stays out of trouble, and I want to make sure there's I wouldn't say a guidance counselor, but somebody that can help, help their thought process, so for when they're lost. Somebody that's a little bit more caring than a guidance counselor. Because, yeah, man, we all know about high schools and guidance counselors, so we're not gonna go with that, but somebody that's gonna actually, care about them. And, basketball. There's a lot of ways for young men to escape. Don't even know how to play basketball. I'm pretty sure y'all have seen so many people at a basketball court that shoot the ball over the rim, the basket, and the moon. But they play because it's peaceful, so help them out. I hope you learned a little bit about me, just a little bit, enough for you to say, hey, that's a guy beyond being naked. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, give me some feedback, some videos y'all want to see. I got a lot of things coming y'all way, and it's going to be informative that can help you. Trust me, I know a little something. I'm H2O. Thank you for viewing my video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on IG. Later.